Who are you?
Whoever you want me to be.
Don't say I never gave you anything.
It's feeling epic.
3 words. 8 letters.
I remember everything.
You can self-sabotage all you want, but I think you should get over it. Because, Joanne, I'm on your side. I can handle you. Was it the sport coat?
Part of it's that you keep referring to it as a sport coat.
Well, it is a sport coat.
I need to fact check that.
It doesn't matter. Here's what matters. I really like you. Like a lot, okay? And you like me too. So stop pretending that you don't.
Fine, I do.
You do what?
I do like you. And sing.
Say it to the sport coat.
The I can handle you. The line heard around the world from Nobody Wants This.
I don't do it justice compared to Hot Rabbi.
I was kind of like, oh, this isn't hitting as well as it was with Adam Brody.
You married me.
I wanted you to like read it just like he does it. But I think it's too hard
I've only seen it once. I haven't been watching the YouTube compilation like you probably.
I mean, I have watched that scene many a times.
How do you think he says it?
I can handle you. More like that. More like there's something in the gaze, you know? Something in the eyes that he does. That was better.
Yeah, I know.
That was better.
Okay.
Do that again one more time.
I can handle you.
Maybe a little too intense now. I don't know. You lost it. Yeah, you had it there for 1 second.
I can handle you.
That was okay. We're getting there.
Okay.
It's just I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe you should have put on a sport coat. You love a sport coat.
I'll keep working. I do love a sport coat. I'll keep working on my Adam Brody. Did my sport coat ever give you the ick? Mine wasn't really a sport coat. Mine was a corduroy blazer.
Yeah. I don't think the corduroy blazer was doing you any favors.
Hot. Looking good.
The minute Adam Brody came out with that sport coat in that scene, I was like, oh no, Tyler.
And the
is gonna
biggest
love
bunch of
it.
flowers you ever seen. Where did he get those? Did he take out a field of sunflowers?
I love that. I love that they brought the ick into it. Because when he showed up in those shorts and the sport coat, I was like, oh God. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. And it really goes to show, if you're getting the ick with Adam Brody, you can really get it with anybody.
Wow.
It can happen to anybody, you guys.
America's heartthrob, Adam Brody.
Yeah.
If he can give you the ick, watch out, guys.
It can happen to anybody.
Anyone
so
can
remember
catch
that.
it.
Remember that. You're all prone to the ick. Only men. No women. It's not a thing with women. Like you don't get the ick from women. There's no way. It's something with men.
That's probably true.
Yeah. There's like some form of chemical balance with men that can give you the ick sometimes. I've had it with you before.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What'd I do?
Oh, yeah. Early on in our relationship. That one time where we dated for like a week and then I was like, I can't do this. I got the ick.
That was the ick?
I think it was. Like looking back, I mean, this was years ago now. This was a while ago. But looking back, I was like, I definitely just got the ick. Because she brought me to that nice restaurant and there was like no warning about it. And it really freaked me out. And I was like, this guy wants to marry me.
Wow, that is similar to what he's doing here.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you want someone to try, but if they go one step too far of a try too hard, it's suddenly like, ooh.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me. I was like, oh my God, this is a lot. This is too much. I'm like 24. Can't handle all this. It was just too serious at the time. And it is similar to what he does here, where he really tries to impress the parents and it goes kind of backfire. I think, too, it's also...
And just like Adam Brody, I'm so smooth I overcame that ick.
I know. Well, like a year later, you overcame like a year.
This was condensed for a TV show.
I mean, good, though, on him.
You married me.
He overcame the ick very quickly. I think, though, now we understand more of what the ick is. A lot of times it's us, like, putting onto you... It's another insecurity of ours or something we're going through with it a lot of the time. Not all the time. I
Yeah,
think sometimes it's just the ick.
Is the ick something you can only get like early on in a relationship, basically? Because it's like you're almost scaring yourself. Oh, it's not.
No,
Okay.
I do think majority is it's earlier on. But I think that you can just wake up one day and you can have the ick. It can be like, ugh, the way you're putting on those shoes. Ugh. I think you overcome it more if it's been a longer relationship.
How do I put on my shoes?
That was an example. That was it.
Oh.
But then another day I might see you put on your shoes and be like, oh, that's cute.
Oh. It's a fine line.
There's
We're all
a
walking a tightrope
fine
out
line, yeah.
here. Yeah. Men are walking that tightrope, ick on both sides.
Yeah.
Just got to go right down the middle here.
I do think it's majority overall, like happens earlier on, though.
You're looking for, I think part of it in this case, which I think happens to lots of people early on in a relationship, is you're looking for all the reasons it won't work.
Yeah, exactly.
So like your mind's got, because you're scared that, like in this case, Joanne is scared that she likes Noah so much.
Yeah.
And that they're hitting it off so well. So she is clearly just like panicked looking for any reason to blow this thing up.
Well, and he's trying to impress her parents so much when there is a lot of hurt and pain also from the parents. Like there's just a lot going on there. And the family dynamics are kind of weird at the times.
Yeah. And it's, people do that where it's like he's treating her parents like they're his parents and what his parents would expect someone to do.
Right.
Which her parents don't expect that of
Yeah.
him. But then when she meets his parents, it's like, oh, it makes a lot of sense why this guy was nervous and trying so hard with mine.
Yeah, no, that is a great point. People, I think, need to remember
You're like projecting
that too,
your own parents' expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
where a lot of parents are different.
Yeah. Wow, we really fixated on this mid-season episode.
We
minor
started
episode
with the egg.
to start things.
We started with the egg. Welcome to the
loved it.
Previously
I
On
loved it.
podcast, everyone. I'm your host, Jillian Bonani, your favorite early adapter binger fangirl. And with me today is my husband who overcame the egg. It's Tyler.
I am a late game binger because I kind of still haven't adapted to binging.
Yeah, we're getting you there.
I know. You had to really get on me to binge this.
You did binge this. I was proud of you.
First of all, I love this show. What a great show.
I've been trying to get you to watch this since it came out because I said it was so funny. It's such a well done, funny show. And I knew you would love it. But it was so fun
funny.
watching it with you because you really were laughing out loud. You were loving it. You were falling for Adam Brody just like the rest of us.
Oh my gosh. The first few inappropriate Tim Simons jokes.
Yeah.
And I was just all in on this show. But your problem is the more I like a show, the harder it is to get me to binge sometimes because I'm like, oh, I want to savor it.
I know.
I want to just slow cook this thing.
And I'm like,
But
we don't have time. Season 2 is coming
you're
out
like,
on
put it
Thursday.
in my veins.
Yeah, I'm like, I want more. I even know how it turns out. And I'm like, another one, another ep.
Well, it was great. I'm glad you got me to watch this because I just couldn't believe how funny it is. This is definitely one of the this is one of the better shows on TV. Like, this show's great.
I feel like no one talks about favorite shows anymore. No one says, this is my favorite show. I love that show. It's my favorite. And I'm here to say, this is my favorite show. If you were to ask me that question, I would say, this is it.
I think that makes a lot of sense because you love rom-coms. I love rom-coms too. And there aren't a lot of them done in the way you want anymore. Because it's like they've been doing it for a while, and I think people are scared to do it, and they always think they have to have a new spin on it. Like they don't want to do but this one, it does kind of have a new spin in that it's like this agnostic LA woman and this rabbi, but the beats of the story feel much more like comfort watching and that it's an enjoyable rom-com to see that play out.
And not comfort in a like Hallmarky way, but it's a comfort watch in the sense that I do feel like it will work out between these two people. I do think that they will find a way to work it out. And the hurdles that they come up against in the season, a lot of times they get resolved in that episode. And I think that's why it's comfortable, because it feels like, not to sound cheesy, but kind of like that they really do love each other and have something good, and that will prevail these outside hurdles that they come up against.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like the perfect amount of stakes for each episode.
Yeah.
Where it's like there are these just rocky parts of starting out a relationship, especially this mismatched relationship. And getting through all that is just kind of fun, but like you're squirming.
Yeah.
You're feeling uncomfortable with each thing as it comes along.
But it
also kind of subverts your expectations on certain things, because it feels so like cozy to watch. You feel like you're watching and you're like, oh, now here's the part where they break up. But they keep like not breaking up.
I know.
Which is interesting too.
I thought that was an interesting take to do, because I do think a lot of times in romances or rom-coms, there's hurdles to get together. You get together and then things are going good, and then you break up for a bit and then you come back together. And they didn't really do that with this, which I thought was interesting. A lot of their challenges are outside of them. It's the parents, it's, work, their religions, all of that, are the forces that are trying to break them apart.
That's kind of a fun thing too about them both being, seemingly in their 30s, I guess, in this show. And so it's like, it's more you've got to hit these things head on, of like, if there are these obstacles in your life, you do have to figure out how to overcome them.
Well, I think that's why this show works really well too, is because they're older. It's clear they've had relationships. I mean, Noah's just coming off of a serious relationship, which normally, if this was real life, I'd be on Rebecca's side. I'd be like, what is this guy doing? If I was friends with Rebecca, I would be floored by all of this and be like, how dare he? How dare he do this? But it works. You're rooting for the two of them the whole time.
Well, part of the magic of casting Kristen Bell,
I
think, is that like you do go in wanting to root for her in this show. And I think it helps that she has the sister that you can be like, would be a much worse match for this situation.
That's true.
And would come off more like a homewrecker type.
Yeah.
But they just feel like two lost people who have found each other. So you're really it's hard not to pull for that. They set it up so well.
Well, and their chemistry together is just so good. I mean, we haven't seen banter like this in a minute.
I knew what I was getting coming in with Kristen Bell, because like I watched The Good Place and like I've seen her in lots of shows and movies. And like you just, she's great and consistent, but like Adam Brody blew me away, babe.
I know.
Because this is an incredibly difficult role. Like, I don't know if the show would work if they had cast someone else, because he has to walk this incredibly like delicate act of, he's a religious like man in LA who is a rabbi. And has this real attachment to Jewish culture and the Jewish faith, but then also comes off as a very kind of modern guy navigating the world, and is so genuine and sweet to her, but it comes off very cool. Like, comes off like suave in a way that would be difficult for a lot of people, I think, to manage the devout religious part and the suave cool part.
I think that's why it works, because there's kind of a nerdy side and a suave side to him. Like, he doesn't feel like just one thing. He feels like there's a lot of different assets to him. So he feels like a very well-rounded character And that just, I think that makes, or maybe it's just because he's charming. I don't know. Like, there's just a charming factor here. The way that he looks at her and actually looks at her. You can't really write that. You cannot force that. And he just does it so well to where it sells it.
I don't know how he does it. He's incredibly direct.
Yeah.
He's like I brought up to you even early on, he's not like, will you have dinner with me? He's like, have dinner with me.
Hot.
This time. This place.
Hot.
Like he's a very, and he's like that throughout the show,
Yeah.
if you pay attention, of just anytime it does feel like he's on the rocks, he's incredibly straightforward, direct, and honest with her.
Yeah.
And in a way, though, that's never pushy. Like, I don't know. He does it so well.
Because he's not perfect in this show. He does make mistakes
throughout.
throughout.
Of course.
I mean, when he introduces her as a friend at the camp, not great.
Mm-hmm.
Tries to hide her away in the cabin, not great. But then
What do you think he should have said?
I think that was hard. I think he should
I
have
don't think
said,
they've had a conversation yet, right? That we're
But then
100% exclusive boyfriend, girlfriend.
but I think you
And he
should have
probably
had the
was-
convo then before bringing her to something like that.
Probably.
Of like, okay, before I bring you and introduce you to a bunch of people and people I work with, let's just have a little talk about what we are.
Yeah.
I mean, friend is tough to be
Friend's
introduced like
tough.
that. But I get it. It's hard when you haven't had that convo. But he pulls
You're right.
through
He probably
that.
should have had the
comes
combo.
through
But
in the
you know,
end.
a lot was going on. He's like, "Will you come with
I
me
know.
to Jewish sleepaway camp?
Yeah.
And will you also be my girlfriend?" Like, that's a lot.
That's true. She could have gotten the ick then.
Because they were supposed to go on another vacation at that point.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe after that was when they would like have that convo.
Either way, he pulls through with a grand gesture in the end
yeah.
and shows up for her.
Yeah. I mean, I like that about this show is that he's not perfect.
Yeah. But he continuously
He makes
shows
lots of
up for
mistakes.
her. Like, he knows when she's upset or when something's wrong or something feels off, and he follows that feeling. And he's so good at communicating.
He is. He, you know, and it just comes through in lots of different ways of like, you see him of why, that's why he's a good rabbi.
Yeah.
Because he's good at like having that emotional intelligence of people, of like understanding
Yeah.
why someone's upset and having, he's a very empathetic character. He has lots of empathy for people. So he's kind of a good match for her in that way. He stops her from spinning out.
Lots of empathy, but then he's very suave, too. So you really get the best of both worlds. He has it all.
I mean, it's a great performance. It's not just because you've got history with him on these shows, because I don't really have that. I didn't watch all those, see or anything.
Seth
but
Cohen.
like, I do think he's great in the show. He's so good.
Why did it take so long for him to get a role like this? We were
I know,
talking about
that's
this.
confusing.
I was like, why was he not in those rom-coms of the 2010s when we were putting those out all the time? All those no strings
know.
attached, friends with benefits, all of those. Like, he should have been in one of those.
I know. Did Justin Timberlake steal some roles from him or something?
I'm wondering, and that was a mistake, people. Looking
yes,
back
that
at
was
that.
a mistake.
Yeah.
That was a mistake if that was the case.
But I heard him on a podcast. I remember he was saying on Dak Shepard's podcast that he wasn't really offered these roles, which I found confusing because we all loved him from the OC. But I'm wondering if after the OC, he was offered a little bit more of that kind of like neurotic type of character, because Seth Cohen had his romantic moments, but a lot of it was more we loved him being funny and being neurotic, and he was kind of more that the comedy aspect of the show.
Yeah.
He definitely had some
Well, do you
romantic moments that he was great in, don't get me wrong. But I'm just wondering if then he was cast as more of a comedy thing. I don't know. It just feels like this is crazy to me, but I'm happy it happened.
Do you think that maybe it's just if you don't have some big success doing something different,
Yeah.
soon after you're done with your teen show, people kind of pigeonhole you into like, you were big on that teen show, but now you're just like a small character person who can show up here or there.
Well, I think part of the problem too was that the OC burned bright and fast. So he was probably getting a bunch of offers while season 1 and season 2 and even maybe some of 3 was still airing. And then they started to dwindle and he couldn't take those offers because he was still filming this show. And then, I mean, season 4 got canceled mid-season. So I think then that the offers maybe weren't as big as they were before. He probably needed a break. There's probably a lot of different reasons. But you know what? It brought us here to this moment, so we can't look at the past. I'm happy it's happening. We just love when somebody from one of these teen shows finds this huge success again. It just feels like you put stock in early on and it paid off.
Well, I'm happy for you. I'm happy you're here for the Adam Brody Renaissance.
I just think he's so talented, and I'm excited to see him in more things too. And we get a double whammy with this show because Kristen Bell was in a teen drama too, Veronica Mars. So I just think that's really fun. I love that.
That's how you're, you know, bending backwards and covering the show.
Yeah.
It's two teen stars are in this show, so it counts.
It counts, and I just love it. I'm going to cover what I love, people. I know you're all watching this show too, so we got to talk about it. Because not enough
for season 2 this week.
I'm very excited for it. We are going to a screening of the first couple eps with the talking from the cast. So we will be podding right after that. We'll tell you guys all about it. I can't wait.
Let me tell you what the names of the characters in this show mean.
Okay.
Because I was looking that up. Because, you know, it is a very Jewish show, and I do think that's a big part of this is just the characters and what they represent.
Yeah.
So Noah, I think clearly, you know, obviously, you know who Noah is.
Mm-hmm.
Noah
that ark.
and the ark.
Yeah, he had that ark.
Who was, you know, their righteous leader. But I think Noah means to comfort.
Right. Oh, that really works for that character.
And I think Noah was, you know, the one righteous man in the world that could lead them through the flood. Mm-hmm. So, like, I think that's also part of this, of like, he is this righteous man chosen for this story.
Yeah, I love that. That makes sense.
Sasha.
The brother.
Who's
the brother?
Means helper.
Oh.
Or joy.
Okay.
Who also is bringing a lot of comedic relief.
He is. He's bringing that joy.
Purposeful. Here's a good one. Esther.
Oh, God. I'm scared.
Esther is known for her story in the Bible where her courage and cunningness protected the Jews from eradication.
Oh, wow. Okay, that feels very purposeful for that character.
That does feel
I like
very
that.
Purposeful.
Wow.
Joanne is a popular English name now, but actually is a Hebrew origin name.
Really?
So I think it's purposely picked because of that, because of it's been transformed into an English name, but was once a Hebrew name.
That is interesting. You really did your research with this.
And it means God is gracious. And it's so, you know, merciful to those who have made mistakes.
Interesting.
And the last one I wanted to talk to you about was the name of the show. Nobody Wants This, which I think is obviously so many of the characters in the show.
Yeah.
His whole family, his whole congregation.
Yeah.
Nobody wants this rabbi with this Gentile woman.
It's also the name of their podcast in the show.
It's the name of their podcast. I also think that it's, you know, probably when they were pitching this around town, it felt like Nobody Wants a rom-com of, you know, about a 30-some-year-old rabbi in L.A.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, think about that, where people are like, ooh, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's so funny and so great.
And it's different. It is just refreshing that it is a different story that we don't see all the time. And it feels like it goes there with the comedy too. I feel like people don't talk enough about how funny this show is. We talk a lot about Adam Brody and the romantic moments in this show, which I love. Don't get me wrong. But rewatching it, I was like, this is quick and funny. And Joanne is such a witty character. It's really good.
I love it. Made me laugh.
That was really interesting. I never knew that about the names. I'm
I thought it was
shocked.
interesting,
I
'cause
feel
I
like
just
that
think the
they
show-
definitely like put
I
thought
think the
into
show's
that.
a little deeper than it wants to pretend to be.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's not like sitcom-y vibes or something like that, you know?
Yeah, I just think like you don't name your main character Noah, I think, without that not being purposeful.
Yeah.
Like
I love it. All right, let's get into our top 5. Our top 5 this week for Nobody Wants This is top 5 romantic moments. Play a
Love
little
it.
sensual song in the back as I go through these.
I think when we were telling friends over the weekend about how much I love this show, I kept saying it's so funny, and you kept saying, "Oh, the romance is so great."
I know. I love the romance of it. We haven't gotten romance like this in a minute. I needed it. We all needed it. All right, number 5, romantic moments. Number
Lay it on
5 is when Joanne and Noah are walking to her car in the first episode. This was a moment where I was like, pearls clutched. This is good. The banter was so good between the two of them. And you really saw sparks fly in that moment.
That was great. That was so good because like you have the setup of where she doesn't know he's the rabbi before that.
Which was
And
really
then-
funny.
Yeah, so she thought she's hitting it off with this, who had been described as like this asshole divorce guy who's like she thinks she's flirting with, and then she's shocked to find out she's been flirting with a rabbi all night. And that banter just keeps going and they can't turn it off. I love that spark of just when you instantly have it with someone.
And I feel like that's when I felt it with this show. I was like, okay, this is doing something different. This is good. And it's just kind of hot that he was walking her all the way to her car.
You love chivalry.
I love it. Acts of service. That's my love language. Which goes into number 4, when he goes to the sex shop for her work and has a great attitude about it. She was stressed. We saw in that moment in the setup, he picks her up for dinner.
When they picked up the obliterator.
Yeah. So he picks her up for dinner and she's stressed because Morgan calls and cannot get the obliterator. And she is like, it's fine. We don't need to get it. Maybe we can just like cancel dinner. Or you can see she's kind of panicking a little bit about this. Like, what do I do? What do I do?
Mm-hmm.
And he just goes, we'll go pick it up. It's no problem.
Yeah.
It's okay. And she's kind of like, oh, well, wait till you see where I'm taking you. And then even when they're in the shop, he's still helping her find it and get it. He just takes that stress off of her. And I love that.
He's a very calming presence.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I get what you mean about that. And he's very much just, not judgy, which is also great. He's not here to judge what you're doing or where you're going. Like he cares about her and he's there to like make it work.
And he regularly supports her career, which has her talking about sex on a podcast, and it never once comes up as a bother for him.
As silly as it may seem, I think like it's a lesson that everyone can learn is it sounds like a joke of like, a rabbi follows a Gentile into a sex store, but like it's just like that's the kind of empathy like we need in this world where like you're just not judging other people.
Yeah.
Like until you know them, and like he knows her to be a kind person so far and he's just going with it. And I appreciate that.
I feel like he also just gets like a kick out of her. Like, he thinks it's
Yeah,
so
I think he
funny
thinks
that
it's very
she's
funny.
doing this for her work. And
This is work.
yeah. It's funny to see his face throughout it of when her work comes up or something like that. And you can just tell he's like, there's like a proudness there, and he gets a kick out of it.
Yeah, it's a sweet moment. I think I found that moment so sweet because, like, sure, most of us are not having to take someone on the first day, couple dates or whatever, to like a sex store for our work. But like, everyone knows that feeling of like something about your life you're a little embarrassed to share with someone when you're first going out with them. And for him to be just so cool is it's everything you want. Whenever you are having to share those moments with someone.
I think that he loves that with Joanne, he doesn't know what could happen next or what wild things she's going to say or bring them to or do. And I feel like that's partly why he's so like fascinated by her. Is in his previous relationship, it seemed a little bit more like, the same or maybe monotonous, and he needs somebody who kind of excites him a little bit more. Also, I do think that their jobs are not that far off. They are on opposite sides of the spectrum of what you're talking about, probably. But at the end of the day, I think that they're both entertaining in a way, writing in a way, and trying to help people, really. I mean, Joanne consistently says with the podcast that she wants to help women with it.
Definitely. I mean, he learns that early on when he's talking to that married couple and gets them opening up talking. It's because he's using lessons from her to try to just use some of your own honesty to bring some honesty out of other people and get them talking.
Yeah.
And I know. I agree with you. I do think it's all weirdly connected,
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
All right, back to the top 5. All right, number
whether you're searching for God or the obliterator, it's all about finding yourself in the end.
And some people might see God when they use the obliterator,
Some people find God in the obliterator, and that's okay.
That's okay.
The obliterator seems to be quite popular, sold out at multiple stores. Can't find it.
I was like, is this a real tool? Can I look this up?
Did Harry Styles make this thing?
I'm buying it then.
What's number 3?
All right, number 3, romantic moments. It goes to the ending where he shows up at her car and we think that they're going to break up, and then we see he's at the car, he's waiting for her, and she's like, you can't have both. And he's like, I know, but then they kiss anyways. Him just waiting there at that car, romantic. We love a moment like that.
Wait a minute. Which waiting at the car? Is this when she takes the bus?
Yeah,
thing?
where
Is that
she
what you're
takes the
talking about?
shuttle
Yes.
from the bat
or
mitzvah.
takes the shuttle after the bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
And then he ran.
Yeah, and got there quicker.
And so he beat her there. That's
and because
great.
you thought, I thought it was going to end.
You have the fake out of him getting on the shuttle.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't happen. So you're like, wow, we might finally have the breakup.
I was worried. And then and then there's another moment too where she gets off the shuttle and you think you're going to see him right then. And we don't. And then the car has to like go by and then we see him.
Yeah.
They did a few fake outs.
Will not
which
be
I liked.
deterred. Yeah. He's a driven man, and I think it makes sense with the character too, because coming off of like a relationship where he thought he was about to get engaged, or at least clearly his partner
She
thought
was
about to
engaged.
she clearly thought thought she was already engaged. She was halfway down the aisle, but like it does feel like after that you do need to be incredibly direct and like go after what you want, because it does feel like part of what destroyed the relationship with Rebecca was maybe him not saying his full truth or doing what he wanted or going after what he wanted.
I think that was
now
the
he's doing
time
that.
where he let his family, his mom, and the job really enforce his relationship and really butt in. And he's like, I can't do that or I'm not going to be happy.
I agree.
All right, number 2, romantic moment is the
Okay. So 2 have been at a car and 1 has been in a sex store. All right. Where are we at now?
All right, number 2 is the famous "I Can Handle You." The scene we did at the top.
Yeah, we did at the top.
I just feel like that was such a moment that like women needed to see, because I do think there's really something, and I feel like every woman feels this, where you just feel like too much at times, or that people can't handle you, or that you're going to scare a guy away if you really let him in, or if you let those walls down, people aren't going to like you, or there's just all these like insecurities and all these like bad thoughts that are in your head about that. And the way he looked at her and said that just really, I think I cried in that moment. I think it was just something that we all needed to hear, honestly.
It's great because, that was when you first think like, oh, they're going to break up a little and then get back together.
Yeah.
But like, he doesn't let it happen. Like he's like, I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting you sabotage this. I'm not letting you blow this up, because like we do care about each other.
Yeah.
And like, you can't just let like, a bad day blow up what we know is good between us, which is great. And then like, speaking of what you're speaking to, of just like giving someone that assurance that you're gonna be there for them, even in their crazy, that I'll be here even in your crazy.
Yeah. Like I'm in this. I'm in this. I'm not going anywhere.
Yes. I think that's what's more romantic than that?
I do think it's the most romantic thing you could say. 100%.
That I'm there for you even when you're being crazy.
Yeah.
But maybe don't phrase it that way.
Yeah, don't say it like that.
Work on the wording.
Yeah. Workshop that a little bit.
I'll talk to my rabbi.
It's crazy to me though that I don't think we've gotten many scenes like that. But I feel like we're going to get a lot more coming our way now after that, of how people resonated with that.
Yeah, it was great.
All right. Should we? I'm just still thinking about it. Just the way he looked at her. It was just so
I forgot to look up what Rebecca means. And Rebecca is Hebrew names that means to bind or tie.
Ooh, interesting.
So that one had meaning as well, I would say.
Wow. Really undercover sleuth over here with the names.
Yeah, well, they're just sitting there. I'm like, these are some interesting names.
How did you put that together?
Well, his name's Noah.
Well,
I was like, there's got to be meaning to all this
Yeah.
if I sit down and look up what all the other names mean.
This show is much deeper than people, I think, give it credit for, too.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's kind of like, it's in conversation with Fleabag, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Which he's hot rabbi. They had a hot priest. And like, it is about finding yourself through relationships and in the modern world, how you deal with just, because the weird thing about like, I know this is a big thing in Judaism, is like struggling with God and finding your place in the modern world. And I just think it's a very like relatable story to tell through a rom-com.
Yeah.
Because like trying to read these, ancient stories and find meaning from them in today's world is kind of inherently a little funny.
Yeah.
That like you're having to have the struggle of like, okay, so, in this old text, it says you bring 2 cattle to market, and it's like, so what does that mean for me today? So there are these kind of funny things about that translation, but then also people who are agnostic or atheist or whatever they are dealing with these same struggles too.
Yeah.
Of just like, well, where do I find meaning in this world? And what do I think about like my failures in relationships or in life? So it's like, it's all kind of funny and all kind of tied together. So I think it's beautiful to like see it in a rom-com.
It really is. That was a great way to put it.
Yeah, I think it's a deep show.
I think it's deep. I think, too, I do love that.
I think the show doesn't want you to think it's deep. I think it wants to be very light on its feet.
And I think it can be that, though. I think you can view it that way as well.
Totally. I appreciate just taking it as just a fun comedy.
Yeah.
Just don't have to think much about it. All the episodes are 20-some minutes, which I loved. And, like, it can just be that, too. But, you know, spend a little time thinking about it and Googling it.
I think for me, what gives it like a step above and makes it so great too is the character of Joanne. And this goes back into the I can handle you thing. I do love that she's not this just like straight and narrow main character type. You know, she is a little crazy. She is a little wild. She is herself. And she's a big personality. And I think a lot of times in more rom-coms or romantic storylines, our main character isn't as big, personality-wise. Like, I feel like Joanne, a lot of times, if this was a 2000s rom-com, Joanne would be the funny best friend.
Yes.
So for me, making her the main character... I think
because she's so kind
means
of
a lot.
Imperfect.
Yeah, she is, definitely. And she has insecurities. I mean, a lot of this show is her working through those too. I mean, she's so insecure even about Rebecca.
Yeah. And I mean, they bring up like when she's like, what do I, and people can't say what she believes in when she talks to her friends, and people can't say if she's a good person.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she's dealing with some of these struggles of who am I? Because I've kind of been, but like, I do think sometimes I'm like, people are a little hard on her. Like, she does have like a successful podcast, it seems.
But that's why it's an interesting character, because so many of the people around her underestimate her. And that's something Noah hasn't. But a lot of people around her do that for sure. You can tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Relatable. Relatable. No, we haven't done number one yet. I got off track.
So that wasn't the
I got off track.
That was not the most romantic moment. What's the most romantic moment?
The most romantic moment is I got to give it to the first kiss. I mean, this is going to be in history. We're going to be talking about this for decades to come. I'm going to be on my deathbed saying, Tyler, please just hit play one more time. Let me watch that kiss one more time.
What's that first kiss?
It's iconic. The way he puts the ice cream down. Give me your bag. Give me your ice cream.
Yep.
Hot.
Put the ice cream down.
It's the
again. He's very direct like that.
Yeah, he's so direct, but not in a controlling way. Yeah. And it's in those like little moments that makes the moment so good. And then the way too that he like grabs her face is so good. Mm-hmm. There was clearly thought put into this, which I just really appreciate.
What's the song that plays?
It's the Francis and the Lights song.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The Francis and the Lights
Which is
song.
great music over it.
That then comes back at the end, right?
Yeah. And they really let them kiss. It's not like a quick moment. They give it the time that it needs. But I think this is number one because we see a kiss all the time on a TV show. It's not different. It's not new. But I feel like this one really reinvented the wheel and will make people think twice before creating a kiss scene again. So.
You know what it is in that moment, it kind of exemplifies what he's so good at in this show is that like she's living in this modern fast-paced life and it feels like he makes her slow down and be in the moment. And in that one, it's like he's really doing that of like, put that down. Like, I'll take this.
Yeah.
Like, come to me. Like, right here. Like, it does feel that, like, time is slowing down and we're in this moment.
Definitely. Yeah. And I think that's why it works and why it's hot. It was a great kiss. They really did it. They accomplished it. Hot.
Your professional review.
Hot. Yeah, that's my review.
Got it.
3 chili peppers. And I'm going to give an honorable mention for a romantic moment. Honorable mention is when he stands up to his mother when they're all at that brunch at the table. And the mom is going on and on about Joanne's podcast and how she's pearls clutched. She's pearls clutched. And he goes, Mom, enough.
Enough.
Hot. Standing up to the mother. And everyone's shocked.
I love that. Standing up.
I just think...
For her.
And that's what people want. They want a partner who will stand up for them and be there for them, even in these hard moments with somebody that you love. But the mom needed to be put in her place a little bit. She was going too far. She was coming on
strong. She was being crazy.
Yeah, she was. I'm excited I hope we get some more mom moments though in season 2 because she's funny. Those are good moments of the show.
They're very funny.
Yeah.
Whenever he went to the hospital.
Yeah.
For like Rebecca and the parent, that was cracking me up. All of that. His dad was like, I could have been a doctor.
Yeah.
Everything was great.
Oh my God, that was so good.
Yeah. I filled out the papers.
Yeah.
But what did you think at the end of that dinner thing where like when the mom says you will never be with Noah?
I thought that was a good flip. They flip the switch on us. Again, this show does that a lot where they flip the switch. And I thought it was good because in my head, I did think this is going too well here now. This feels off. Like something fell off to me. So then when she says, you will never have him, I was like, okay.
Yes.
Now I get it.
And you kind of need that drama of she's almost like the big bad of the show. Of like, you've got Rebecca, you've got Esther, but like the one you're really going to have to overcome is his mom.
Well, and what I think was interesting was that the mom did enjoy her. I believed those moments. I believe that the mom likes her personality, thinks she's funny, and was having fun with her. But she has a bar. And she's like, you will never be fully in. You will never be up here. And that's just the way it is.
She makes her laugh, but she's still a shiska.
Yeah.
Like she's not the family.
No. She's like, I'm going to tolerate you, but this will never happen.
Yeah.
Brutal. That is brutal. When also Joanne clearly is like, I killed it. I did such a good job. I'm good. We did it. And then that one line really got her.
That was great.
But then we get Joanne. Once again, we flip the switch where I think Joanne is not going to be at the bat mitzvah. Or I thought she'd get there way later or something like that. But we get her and her sister walking in, having the best time, which that really did show what a bat mitzvah was like. I've been to a few, and they are a good time.
This made me so jealous. I've never been to a bar mitzvah, and I feel like I would have really excelled there. I would have had a blast.
Oh, you would have. Yeah, you really would have killed it on the dance floor.
We would have had a good time.
They're just so fun because they're typically when you're in middle school, 13. And it's a time where you haven't really been to many school dances yet or anything. So you don't really know how to dance or how to act at that age. And it's just like a bunch of awkwardness with middle schoolers. But then adults are there too.
Great. It's so funny.
And there's always a theme. Not always, but a lot of times. I went to a circus theme one that was very fun. I think I went to a carnival theme one too. That one had like carnival foods, which was fun. I remember going to one and it was like pretty ritzy. And there was like music videos being played on the wall, just Britney Spears Toxic being played. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What would your dream bat mitzvah theme would have been?
Okay, well, I liked
Probably would have
the
been
New
some
York
teen-related,
theme.
right? Oh, you liked the New York
I liked the New York theme. I thought that was a good theme.
Even the dress?
The dress was a little too long. It looked better short. I felt bad for her. My theme probably would have been like the OC, honestly.
Bop, bop,
I would have been like, I
the New
gotta
York
do
seems
it.
fun. But
I gotta
the
do
OC
it.
is what you would have done.
I definitely would have done the OC. I would have been like,
great.
just get Adam Brody, cardboard cutout of Adam Brody for my bat mitzvah.
I will say those sisters walking into that bat mitzvah. If you want to look like the enemy, they did a good job.
I loved it. I loved it.
It was awesome, but it was like, these women are gonna hate you.
I loved it. Going hot, ladies. Going hot. Well, we gotta talk about Sasha and Morgan, the brother,
the loser siblings.
The loser siblings. What do you think is going on there? Did you think they were crossing a line with like talking and texting?
He was definitely crossing a line. He's hiding in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're not if everything's above board, you're not hiding in the bathroom running water hoping your wife doesn't hear you.
That's fair. That's true. But they bring such good comedic relief. So they're hard. And they're so funny together. So I want them to have more scenes together, but I don't want them to like cheat or anything.
I don't think they will.
Yeah.
I think it was like, I think he's kind of like playing out what worst case scenario. It's like he's kind of making things worse by clearly being like attracted to the other sister.
Yeah.
Because it plays in to like the mom and Esther's belief of just like, here come these blonde Gentile women that just like make these men stupid. And they'll go do stupid things because he is doing objectively stupid things.
Yeah.
Because he likes this girl and he's just like, whoa. But like, I don't think it'll go beyond flirtation.
I don't think so either. I don't think they would do that. That would make things really complicated.
Yeah. I think, it's very funny though.
It's really funny. The loser sibling thing was really funny.
I mean, whenever Kristen Bell realizes that like he's calling her and she's like, why is Sasha calling you? And it is just hard to explain. It's like, so you guys just talk on the phone?
She was like, we'll get to that later. We don't have time for that right now. I'll explain it later. And I'm like, can you explain it for the audience as well? I need an explanation.
They're both great. They're great comedic relief.
Yeah.
It's very fun and very funny that like these funny supporting characters are both characters from like two of the funniest shows of the last decade of like Succession and V.
Yeah.
Is what and they're just so great in this show together.
So great. I think that's what makes it good too, is like these amazing, more supporting characters. Everyone's just really good on this show.
I mean, Sasha, Timothy Simons, is just unreal in this show. Like in very limited screen time, he has so many laugh out loud jokes for me.
Well, you were loving his sweaters too.
Oh my gosh! And where's he? Are they letting him pick these sweaters? Because they seem to get wilder and more colorful each time and cozier. They're just so big. Like it's great.
You have a guy crush on Tim Simons, so everybody take this with a breath of salt.
I think he's
whatever.
So funny. Well, I just feel like you can tell from some of the scenes that he's improv. A lot of stuff because like so many of these lines are so out there. They're like, what? What is he saying?
Yeah, I feel like there is a little bit of improving on this show, you can tell, which makes it really fun. I think Adam Brody's improving some stuff too.
Yeah, I think there's some improv in this show, and I think it's very fun. Makes it feel very alive.
I do love when we have the main like 5 characters all together. I think the banter is just so good between everybody. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean when they get caught in the car,
I
could not quit. Where like it starts like that sets up the relationship between those two of her having that message where she's like talking bad about them, and then they're hearing it and get to keep roasting her, and that just kind of continues the momentum throughout the show. That is just so funny.
That was an all-timer scene. It was really good. All right, should we talk about your Tyler's takes?
Let's see. I mean, I think the first few lines were just Tim Simon's.
Yeah.
Tim Simon's jokes.
Oh my God, really?
Tim Simon's sweaters.
Oh my God, you're a
all
fanboy for
right.
Tim Simons.
He's so funny, and he's so dull.
Yeah.
What do you think about texting, I think I'm pregnant, after the first kiss?
I love that. I thought that was so funny. I thought that was a really funny line. I mean, that's a rough.
That's a bold one.
That
though.
is a rough line to
I
send.
understood why she's freaking out when he doesn't respond.
Yeah, you need a quick response to something like that. So that was rough.
Would have been great if he could have given her an immediate ha ha ha.
Yeah,
like,
something. I mean,
like,
bold.
to just have that linger for hours. I think I'm pregnant.
I loved Morgan's response of like, ew, guys don't want to hear the word pregnant. Like, it was just so good. And I was like, she's not wrong.
Yeah. But that's why I think that's one of those things where it's like it sets up why they're so good together, because everyone else is telling her like how much she screwed up by doing
Yeah.
that. But then when she sees him, he's like making jokes about
He
that.
loved
he
it.
did think it was funny.
Yeah. I think, too, it's just an example of people need to not listen to their friends when they know the person they're texting. I think that this is what mixes and messes people up a lot of the time. Of like, you know who you're texting better than your friend does. So go with your intuition. That's my little PSA.
Said, I'm glad Rebecca's wrist is okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that was over pretty quickly.
We didn't even see a cast.
I'm like, was Rebecca even in a wreck?
No.
Was this all an elaborate thing?
No,
with her?
Rebecca's a little dramatic, I think.
Rebecca is a little bit of a schemer. What
Yeah.
about her knowing who Morgan is and then pretending she doesn't? I thought that was such a fun twist.
Yeah.
Because like it's portrayed that like Morgan is tricking her into revealing stuff, but actually she's knows who Morgan is, which does make total sense that she would have Googled who her like ex, who she considers her ex-fiance, like who he's with now, would see their podcast and know who she is.
Oh, Rebecca's listened to every episode of the podcast. She knows what their parents look like. You know, Rebecca was in deep on the stalking. So I was glad that they did that because I thought there's no way Rebecca doesn't know who this is.
Yeah, that's funny. She has listened to every episode.
Multiple times.
She's hearing all about that obliterator.
Yeah. She probably bought it herself.
What did you think about Rebecca just getting the ring out?
I mean, that was crazy. Who
step.
does that?
That was really crazy to think you can just skip past the proposal and we'll just be engaged and start planning the wedding.
But who wants to skip past the proposal? Like, that's the fun part. You don't have to plan it. I get maybe being anxious knowing it's there, waiting for when it's going to happen.
She must
but
have
putting
really been
the
afraid
ring on is wild.
She must have been really afraid he's never going to do it.
Yeah, clearly. I mean,
she must have seen the signs and was trying to trap him into doing it.
It's clear there were issues in the relationship already, and she was hanging on for dear life.
Yeah. You think it was like a Hail Mary move?
Yeah, I
like,
think it was.
Let's just see if this works.
Yeah, definitely. I think that there were some signs there. I think things weren't going great. She saw the ring. I think she had knew the ring was there for a bit, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
And it was her way to hang on as much as she could and try to control the situation because it's out of her control.
That's true. I mean, I will say he should have hit it better. I hid mine where you couldn't even reach it.
You really hid my ring well.
Mine was in the deep crevices of our apartment.
And I was
'cause
looking
knew
for it.
You would be on the lookout.
Yeah, I'm not far off from a Rebecca.
You got to hide that thing. Women get crazy in this situation.
Well, maybe the man drives them a little crazy.
Well, don't be rushing us.
I love that a lot of your takes are on Rebecca, who we only see for like 3 scenes of this show.
Well, she is kind of this driving
Yeah.
part of the narrative. I thought it was funny when they ran into the board member at the sex store.
Caught
That was
him
great.
cheating.
And then figured out he was cheating. I thought it was so funny that like Noah is basically getting ahead through blackmail. Like he ends up giving that huge donation, but then Joanne is also getting ahead through blackmail because she catches Noah's mom eating the prosciutto.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So like they both have their moments of like getting ahead in the story through blackmail.
That is so true. I love that. Those who blackmail together stay together.
Yeah. Stay together.
Every couple needs a little bit of blackmail.
Yeah. This show really wanted me to get invited to a Shabbat dinner. If anyone wants to invite me, I'm around on Fridays.
I love a Shabbat dinner. I've been to a few. I was this close to being with a hot rabbi, I feel like.
I've got Noah is a master at overcoming setbacks. You see it throughout this show of just anytime if you think this guy's down, bet on him to come back. Because like it happens throughout. It's just like, and when he's doing it, you're like, can't believe I ever doubted my boy here. Like he's so good.
I know. It's because he owns what he does. He doesn't try to gaslight people or to think that he had no part in it. He owns what he does. He apologizes and uses action to move forward. Hot.
Would you have looked in the Rebecca box?
Absolutely. I would have looked right away. If it's in the home, it's fair game. Okay. If I am spending multiple nights in that home and you kind of leave some stuff in it out to where I can see it, it's fair game.
I also thought it was a good way of showing that, like, look, what we see Rebecca do at the beginning is crazy, but like she's not really crazier than like Joanne.
Right.
Joanne also would have found that and been staring at it and looking at it and putting it on.
Yeah. Well, I think that, again, it's these situations that are making them crazy.
Yes.
Because it's tough situations. I mean, finding that box, it's hard not to look. You want to know what's in there.
Yeah.
And is it really doing that much harm by looking, you know?
Joanne trying to talk shit with Esther was so funny. She killed it with every other friend, and then she gets to her and she just ain't taking the bait because it doesn't work if you're not already on the inside.
Nope. I thought that was so good, that switch that they did where you think it could work, and Esther is just I'm not falling for this. I'm not here to talk bad about my friends that you don't know. I can talk bad about them, but you cannot, girl. I thought that was great.
Yep. It's the best. It was tough when the girls leave her at the bar, though, when she like tries to buy them like drinks and stuff. But that's so real.
Yeah, that was
real.
Because
I feel like if you were one of those women who's like friends with Esther, friends with Rebecca, you're like, I don't know, this girl, like this home wrecker.
Well, you feel like you're betraying Rebecca if you hang out with her. Mm-hmm. It's a really tough situation to be in, especially when Rebecca and Noah dated a long time. We're heading to engagement, but it's also like Noah deserves happiness too. It's just a really hard situation to be in. And I like that this show really, it's a very kind of like 30-something story. Being in that situation.
It's tough too, though, because it's like he is a rabbi. So it's like this is a very close-knit Jewish community that they are all in.
Yeah.
And so to just have this sex podcaster woman come out of nowhere and suddenly be with the rabbi, I get that that's a lot of whiplash for these people.
Yeah.
Even
I
though
think so.
we all really love Joanne.
Yeah.
Like,
But if
get
if I was one of Rebecca's friends, I wouldn't. And I would be like, why is she trying so hard? Give this a little more time. Let me see if you're here in a month.
But I think Esther does need to relax a little.
I agree.
I'm sorry that you were such good friends with Rebecca, but like Noah's family,
Yeah.
he's your husband's brother, and she's not family. So like you can't just completely go against him like in this situation and go for this girl who's his ex and your friend.
And Esther's leading the charge with the other women too, which is
Yes.
part of the problem.
It's tough.
Well, I need to know.
It's why you're so
Esther-
sympathetic for Sasha and Morgan, because you're like, Esther at times of the show is a nightmare.
Yeah. But I need to know the backstory. Did Esther and Rebecca become friends through Noah, or were they friends first on their own?
I guess we don't know, do we?
That's what I would need to know, because I think that
I
is
guess
a
that's
really
fair.
defining detail.
Yeah. My last question is, would you have converted?
100%.
To Judaism?
Yep. Yep. For Hot Rabbi, Noah Rocklov,
Yeah.
no question would have converted.
No problem.
Still might.
Yeah. I'm not even Jewish and you might convert.
For that man, if the offer's open, I'm not saying no.
That's funny.
All right. Well, what do we want to see in season 2? We have season 2 coming this week. I got a
know.
number one thing I really want to see on my list.
We're gonna podcast about the first 2 eps.
Yeah.
Is our next podcast, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be
The
getting
first
that
2
out
eps
on
of season
Thursday.
2.
We're gonna get it out
'Cause
early.
we're getting that out early, and then we'll do the rest of the season. So what am I looking forward to?
Well,
I don't know how this is gonna work.
I know. I'm interested to see where they go with this in season 2. It could go a lot of different ways. We really don't know.
I know.
But I really want a Chrismica episode. So bad.
That's what you're looking for.
So bad. That's what I need.
It does feel like you'll get that. Their compromise at the holidays.
Yeah, I feel like we need it. I'm like begging for it. I feel like they'll do it. It's sitting right there for them.
Yeah. I hope Tim Simons has even brighter, crazier sweaters.
That would be fun. He would be in a fun Chrismica sweater.
Yeah, that'll be great.
I feel like
he's going to win the ugly sweater contest, no doubt.
I feel like he'd really lean into the Chrismica thing for sure.
Yeah. Do you think Noah becomes head rabbi this season?
Yeah, I feel like that's going to go into his arc.
How's that going to work?
I don't know, but we need to see how he'll figure that out. I think that's really where the season is going to head, of like, how is he able to kind of manage both of those things? And I think we're going to hear a lot of chitter chatter from the community about
You
this.
think she'll eventually convert?
I don't know. I really liked where we left it last season, where she was like, I need to put a pin in this right now. This is a lot. I didn't really think about everything that this meant.
When she found out she was going to have to learn a whole language.
Yeah.
you
I
could
mean,
see
it's
the
a
panic.
lot. And it is like, I liked when she admitted, I am just doing this for you.
Yeah.
And he wants her to do it for herself. So I thought that was really great. It will be, I think the pin will still be in the converting thing. Because I think she has a lot to work through to figure out if that's really what she wants.
I'm excited to see it. Excited to laugh.
I hope we get
just
some
hope
fun.
It's just as funny.
I hope we get
it was
some-
such a funny
yeah.
season.
I'd like to see some fun guest stars. We were saying Adam Sandler would be a really fun guest star in like in the Netflix family. Like I think that would be
That's
really
true.
fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think Seth Rogen is going to be in season 2 actually.
that makes sense.
I think I saw him in the trailer, so that would be fun. And we're getting Leighton Meester this season, Adam Brody's real life wife, who played Blair Waldorf on Gossip Girl.
Oh, she's in this
Yeah.
new season.
Definitely.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that will be fun. I'm really excited for that. Either way, I think we're going to love it. Unless they really screw the pooch, like it's going to be great. Like
I think we're going to love
yeah,
it. I think it's going to be
I'm not
great.
worried. I can't wait.
Yeah.
My favorite show is back. We're going to be talking about it. It's going to be good times had by all.
Sounds fun.
All right. Did we do it? What else?
Yes, we went long again.
What else? What else? I
Short
guess
and
we'll
sweet.
be
Get me
back in
outta
a couple
here.
days. So
You're going to have me podcast about this show twice more this week.
oh, you're welcome. You're gonna have to binge it for the people. All right. Well, thank you all.
I'll convert to a binger for you.
Yeah, you need to convert to a binger if you want to be with me still. I should have put
No
that
problem.
in our. I guess there's not really a contract, but I should have said that when we got engaged. You got to convert.
You wanted me to sign a contract
To be a
when we got
binger.
engaged?
to binge
To be a
TV.
binger.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only part of the contract.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and rate us 5 stars on there. We would love that. Leave us a comment, join the chat. You can also follow us on social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at previously_on_teen TV. And shop our merch on Etsy. That is under Previously on Teen TV. Thanks for listening.
Bye.